Hey, how's it going? Yeah, the PvZ era is over, and it would have been over anyway. Like I said, this was meant to be the epic finale, but it would have been nice to get to rank 50 and save my collection, so if I ever do come back, I could use it. And so we lose all our dark matter dragon fruits and everything epic like that. And even I was trying to get to rank 40 just as like a consolation concession, but I couldn't even do that. I got extremely close. I got to 39 and 4 stars out of 5, and then I lost a couple. Then I got to 4 stars again, like 4 out of 5. That was extremely frustrating. But yeah, I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna do this, which again, if I wasn't, I was just so tired last time. I was meant to do it immediately after I failed, but I was so like half asleep that I didn't even want to bother. So I said, let's save it for this. And so whatever, just so I can like properly give a recap too. Like, so how did this series start? This series started at, let me actually show the game though as I do it. Yeah, it's no trick for Halloween. This is actually happening. But, you know, I'm the type of dude who does permadeath formats in everything I do. It could be Overwatch, could be, you know, multiplayer games. I always love doing that. NBA 2K, you know, play as every team until until I lose a game, and then I go to the next one. So this series started as, oh, I actually got that last year too. But it doesn't feel like it's been that long. Like, I felt like I got it at some later time than that. But yeah, basically, this series started on a whim as part of my Saturday format. So on every Saturday I play a game, or at least I used to play a game I've never played before. And so I thought, okay, I did Garden Warfare 2 because I'd never played that before. So I thought I'll do this one too, just kind of together either the same week or the week after. So I just did it like that just to try it as a one-off experience, but I didn't think I'd make a series out of it. And then I said, oh, let me just do it as a little mini series where like, oh, I'll just go through, what the fuck happened? I'll just go through really quickly and leaked my little BlueStacks emulator. I'll go through and I'll play as every hero once until I lose a game, and that'll be the whole series. Or I thought I'll just unlock every hero really quickly, and I'll unlock them and then do one little permadeath rotation. But as you can tell, over the course of playing for a year, I literally only got one new hero, and I guess I could have gotten more if I didn't get so many event cards and stuff or whatever, but realistically it would take way longer to get the heroes than what I would have thought, right? So I certainly underestimated it. It is a casual game, it is a mobile game, but still, that doesn't mean it's not time consuming, especially when you do it free to play. And so I guess partly the reason why I did this as a full series too was because I was doing these permadeath multiplayer gauntlets like Overwatch. So I did Overwatch 2, right? And it was a disappointing run because I was like, I play as every hero until I lose a game, and then I can't play them anymore. And then when I run out, the series is over. And I didn't even unlock all of them in doing that. Like, it's a new, fresh account because Overwatch 2 had just come out, obviously, so I haven't played that. And so I'm doing that, and it's like I never get over 2 or 3 games with a win streak, and I don't unlock all the heroes even in doing it. So you have to use kind of what you're doing. Like, if I don't unlock every hero through the course of playing the ones that are already unlocked, then I can't unlock them, and then the series just ends. So I was sort of disappointed with that. So I'm like, okay, before I go into the next one, which was like Paladins or something else, right? I took a break, and I'm like, okay, I'll do this as a little mini series, but I didn't realize how long it would go on for. So it went on for an entire year, but during that time, the formats were, it was a free-to-play first playthrough, and it was also no crafting, and it was also basically no advice or like no looking stuff up or meta decking. Not that it would matter too much, but and also the other rules were like every time I would play as a hero and lose a game, I couldn't play as that hero again for the rest of the episode, and so I would have to rotate and go to the next one. And the only change to that I made was during this last finale month, where I could go back and play them, but I still had to rotate. So like I would go, you know, Green Shadow lost, now I have to play as all 7 other ones and loses them before I come back to Green Shadow. So that just a way to give variety and kind of reward some of these fun win streaks. What else did we do here? So yeah, there was no crafting, there was no buying stuff with microtransactions, etc. Even if somebody asked me to play, I can't, because what the fuck? Oh, I guess you start probably, wait a second. Wait, I was ranked third. Oh, I guess if I was ranked 39, so I started rank 10. But if I was ranked 40, I'd probably start at rank 20. And then if you're rank 50, you probably start at rank 30. But that's like fucking bullshit. It's literally like the second day of the season, and he's already ranked 31. What the fuck? The point is, that guy doesn't mess around in this game, dude. Holy shit. But yeah, we would go through that. So again, those were all the formats. What else was there? Like, the only heroes I could buy, I never got one from a pack still to this day, right? In a year of playing the game. So I wouldn't play that much, really. I would play once a week, pretty much every Friday, and only for about an hour. So an hour a week for a year is only like 52 hours. So it went on for a little bit longer than a year. So until this last month, I hadn't played it for very long periods of time, but the criteria was I have to have a legendary of each type in order to buy a hero. So like I have to have a Kabloom and a Mega Grow legendary, otherwise I'm not allowed to do it. Like I couldn't get this one if I didn't have whatever. I actually do have that Dark Matter Dragon Fruit, but that was a little other criteria I had. I just do a lot of formats with whatever I do, so these are kind of fun and immersive. So I go into this thinking, oh, it's going to be this cute little mobile game. And so even with the final format after the year, right? Basically, the checkpoint was I was waiting to get Bad Moon Rising, and that happened around like July or August. And then I also was waiting for whatever, just I would get the Yeti, so I had one new hero for each. Wait, how did I get her? Did I get that from a pack and I didn't notice, or what? First time, I'm even saying I didn't get one. I've never used her. So I guess apparently I got her, and I don't even know how. And I also got the Zucchini. I got a legendary in my very last pack, or the last set of packs that for basically the season that we had, right? The season end reward. So that's a pretty epic thing to get. You get a legendary just so I can disenchant it. Where even is it? Apparently I got a hero and that. Wait, what? I just saw it. Oh, here. It shows up in new, but I don't know what category he's under. Yeah, we get him just so we can never use him and disenchant him, but he's one of the most unique effects in the game, like a polymorph type thing that would effectively serve as a silence that would negate stuff like the Octo Zombie and stuff like that I always rave about. And so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and disenchant everything, not just extras, literally every card in the game. And if for all intents and purposes, like if I was to play this again in the future, I would make a new account, or I would play the same account, but I wouldn't be able to use any of the dust or, you know, resources that I have, or I wouldn't be able to use. I basically should almost just make a new account overall, but I don't know how to even delete the account per se. So yeah, what else do we have here? Just my main gripes about the game is that it's a mobile exclusive, mobile only game. That's a very bad decision. You have to deal with the black bars, you have to deal with all kind of other bugs and nonsense. So that's a big mistake. It should have been on PC. The fact that the game's lost support and development a long time ago. There's only a few expansions. There's not that many cards, like maybe 1,000 cards between both sides. All those things are limitations. The really strong points of the game are the visuals are very good, especially in the games themselves. Like compare it to Hearthstone or Magic or something, where the cards appear like cards on the board, like even as much as I love Hearthstone. And sure, it's easier to do with this game having far less cards in it, but the cards in this game appear as actual zombies. Like if I play a zombie, it appears as a zombie. If I play a plant, it appears as a plant. It might seem like a minor thing, but most card games don't actually do that. Digital card games, right? So I'm thinking about like some Yu-Gi-Oh games will do that, where it'll show like an actual model of the blue eyes above the card, right? Yu-Gi-Oh, or even I think that's the only game really that does that. Pokemon, I don't remember actually, but no, mainly that's the one that does it. So that's the one visual advantage that this game actually has. And I sort of use this game to clown others, like, oh, this is a casual mobile card game for kids or whatever, but it has a higher deck limit than Hearthstone, which has 30 as a base. This has 40, so oh my goodness, it's more complicated than Hearthstone, which is really not, but you know, on that level. Or what else does it have? Like, it has better animations and card, you know, design, aesthetic, visuals than Magic the Gathering. Or it has, what did it have over Yu-Gi-Oh? Like, I can't remember, but no, the biggest negative feature is the block meter. Not just the fact that it kind of rewards you for losing and makes it so breaks the rhythm of the game, but it also is random, right? Like, oh, I have 3 ticks left on the block meter, and I could get hit and die, or I could get hit and get saved by it, or I could get hit and get 2. Like, the fact that it's random, it should always be fixed amounts, but you get 1 tick based on each damage you take, like for 1 damage, or based on how many, you know, you got to have a fixed amount. Either 1 hit equals 1 tick, or a fixed amount of ticks, or based on the amount of damage that you take, like, oh, they hit you for 5, so it gives you, like, you know, 1 tick for every 2 damage, or give us some, you know, reliable method, but there's nothing you could do about it. So many games came down to that, where their block meter doesn't trigger when they have 3 ticks and mine does, so therefore I win, or vice versa. Like, it's just random RNG bullshit. Internal RNG in a card game. The only RNG in a card game should be the fact of drawing the cards in the order that you draw them randomly, right? Which that is acceptable. That's how card games work. Anything beyond that is internal RNG, which is a bad thing. And beyond that, you also have the ability to realize that I mean, there's a lot of fun mechanics like Renounced Darkness and stuff that is random, but whatever. That's different because you're doing it by choice and you're not expecting it to be good. But as a base mechanic, that was a really bad mechanic that I didn't like. So the series, I started off enjoying Green Shadow the most. Solar Flare I never really liked, but she performed very well with the aggro decks that we did, you know, in this run. Wall Knight I always liked, but we never really got the good end game plays that we need, like some higher cost card. I just never got anything like that. Combustible was the new, obviously, one that we got on our own, like those ones we started with, and he performed very well. He's probably the MVP of the whole run. He would always start off, I would always start off with him. He would always get a couple good wins. Like, if you count the number of games I won with each one, he probably is the overall leader, even though he started late because I didn't start with him. I never really liked Super Brains. The Smash was the only one I actually did like throughout most of the run. The Yeti's kind of similar, so he was okay. I didn't like Infinity, and I didn't like Super Brains. Infinity did pretty well, though, again, in the aggro deck sense within this last month. And Super Brains I only like because of Bad Moon Rising, to the point where I would even call him Bad Moon Rising. Like, who do we play as next? We play as Bad Moon Rising, by which I mean, you know, I don't even call him by his name because I don't give a shit. All you mean to me is Bad Moon Rising. And I sort of did something interesting with that, where I turned it into a hybrid between aggro and Bad Moon Rising. Like, try to rush them down, and if it fails, you can use that as the last resort. Okay, so what's the last thing I wanted to say? Just what was this final month challenge? Basically, it was this previous season, which obviously just ended like yesterday. It was a case where I have to get to rank 50. It was my first time really attempting it because I never played long enough. I had only gotten to rank 20 before, really, so it's quite a massive difference. Where I go from getting to rank 20 to getting to rank 40, basically, rank 39 and 4 out of 5 stars within 1 month. So obviously I could have gotten there all along. It's just a matter of how much I play. And I gave up my schedule to do it. I stream every day no matter what, but I would do different categories every day. So I would normally only do this on Friday. So I went through several different phases with it. Like, at the beginning I said, okay, I'll do it maybe 2 or 3 days a week. Then I said I'll do it every day. Then I said I'll do it multiple times a day for long periods of time, and none of that really materialized in actually letting me be able to do it. So it was all because I couldn't abuse the win streaks after rank 30, which is really unfair that they take them away that early. It should be like at 40 or 45. And I still don't even know what taco rank does for you. Like, if there's some other format that makes it even more difficult, but I don't see what that could be. And so, yeah, basically all the format stayed intact. It was still free to play, no crafting, etc. The only difference was I was just playing a lot more. And I wasn't saying that, oh, if I lose as a hero, I can't play as them again for that episode or that day. It just means I can't play as them until I rotate through the other ones. And so, yeah, we're going to basically give a eulogy for the account. There's nothing I really could do. I wouldn't even be allowed to play a game because I don't have any cards. Like, there might be some cards that won't even let you disenchant. So, yeah, it was a good game. It has a very nice fan base, very passionate fan base, even if it's like it's weird because it seems to have a small player base, but also it's very easy to find matches. So I always question whether they're bots or not, or I guess it's just really popular in China, or whether you know, it's a small minority, but it's also very passionate, and so it's a little inconsistent because it seems like, oh, it's a dead game, but it's not really dead because you know, people are so passionate we keep it alive. So I could do like a card review of each of these as I go through, but you know, you see that you have even more than you would ever be able to use. Like, why would you have 7 cards, you know? Like, I should give them all a rating. Like, how good are these cards? This is okay. I mean, I don't know, dude. This is just fucking garbage. Wait. Okay, so some of these you're not even allowed to recycle, which is unfortunate, and I don't know why. Is it like just basic commons you can? Oh, that's lame though. Well, whatever. The point is, I'm not gonna play this again for a while anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I don't want to feel like, oh, I'm somehow cheating it. Certainly, the legendaries and anything of consequence, I will be getting rid of. I never really liked this card too much. And you might think, oh, this is good. Look at all the resources I'll have. I could craft a meta top tier deck. They could get me to rank 50 easily with the amount of dust I'll get for this, right? In the course of a year of play, but I won't do that. I'm still not allowed to craft, period. And also, I'm just not allowed to do anything, right? It's just... Obviously, it would be far less than what I had in my collection, but I could, like, build it very specifically. Like, make the best possible deck within this amount of resource. You can get the event cards back. So those are actually giving me I was gonna say they're giving me half of the value I paid for them, but that's different because I paid 500 gems for them, not or I guess you can do it like this. This might make it a little quicker. Just fucking speed run through. Steel Magnolia, I always used to use that, and it's just not that good. I do like the cosmic set of stuff because that was my favorite card in the whole game, actually. The only problem with it is it should be called Disco Nut or something. Have disco in the name. Body Gourd. I guess I don't even think of that as being legendary, though, somehow. That's so weird. Yeah, I didn't even think that was that good of a card. But no, and I also don't know where I got the hero from. I totally either wasn't paying attention, or if I had her from before, I never used her. So yeah, this is gonna be... Wait, what? Wait, why can't I... I guess it's bugging out or what? Yeah, the commons it won't let you actually get rid of. And I won't use any of the bugs as an excuse for why I failed the challenge, but it felt like I could have done it with more time, but again, that goes without saying that I knew I wouldn't have fucking 12 hours a day to do it, so I can't really say that. This is sort of satisfying, at least, to see how much dust we'd get from it, basically. What is the resource even called? Like, you would think you're sort of fertilizing your collection. That's the way you could say it in plant terminology. I love these ones that I have like fucking 11 copies of a card. Like, why the fuck would you ever need that? That was like the first legendary I got, I think, at least. Pair of Pairs I always like. That serves you well. Some of my aggro style of play was actually pretty inspired, though. The way that I would sometimes, you know, bury Blast to Face on turn 2, and it seems dumb. And it might be a fault of the deck, but somehow it's... somehow it actually worked pretty well. You have to understand the confines in which you play, that your collection is so limited that you have to make the best of it. So apparently I can't... Why does it keep showing me stuff that either I don't have or... Like I never had that card, the high voltage current, right? I don't know what's happening. The Mega Grow, I always like this. Green Shadow all the way. I could have just used the overall function, but let's really revel in my suffering here. So... The banana meme I never really cared too much about. This thing I don't care. Wait, why is that so much? 250? I don't think of that as being so good. I always liked the Peapod. I especially love its effect. How it's like... the sound, I mean... The sound effect where it's like a fucking machine gun. That should almost be the one for the Gatling P. Black Eyed P, I almost think of as a legendary sometimes for some reason. Coffee ground. Yeah, we have over 10k. So like, what's the best deck in the game? You know, it wouldn't cost more than this much to make. So this is what I mean. I could make one really top tier deck for all the trouble that I have here. I'm just simply not going to do it though. I mean, you're still taking a hit to your collection size, obviously, but that would almost be a good way to turn it into something. That's what I did, I guess, in Hearthstone. I failed the challenge, like, for one of the Brawliseums. Like, I have to get 12 wins, and I failed to get even, like, 4. And I'm completing, I'm crafting stuff even as I'm doing it. It sometimes makes you do that by force. That means I failed the no crafting run because I accidentally crafted something. But no, it's like, I had to delete my collection in Hearthstone when I failed that challenge, but that, you know, not getting 12 wins in the Brawliseum. But as a result of that, I did have I did let myself use the dust to then create a good deck in return, even though it, you know, I deleted my entire collection and I was able to make like one really good deck as a result. But it's a, you know, that was at least making something good out of it, whereas here I'm not going to do that. Yeah, this makes it almost seem pretty good. Like, this is a good thing. This is what people would recommend for me to do. Like, that's actually a really good name. I never really paid attention. Shellery. I still don't know half the names of the fucking cards that I've used all this time because I just never really pay attention to that. So I definitely like plants more than zombies, though. In fact, like I said, the only zombie hero I really liked of the starting 3 was the Smash. I didn't like Infinity. I didn't like Super Brains very much at all. They maybe grew on me a little bit over time, but you know, Green Shadow was definitely my favorite overall, although I respect Combustible. Solar Flare was probably my least favorite. Wall Knight was kind of middle of the road. I definitely like certain things about him. Even, you know, slower style of play. Snake in the Grass was pretty cool. I kind of wasted a lot of gems on the event cards, though, in terms of... and I got a couple that I didn't really want. This is the one that really hurts. Like, imagine, this is the most fortuitous thing of all. You might be like, 2 Dark Matter Dragon Fruits, how could I have possibly gotten those in a free-to-play no crafting run? First playthrough, like, how is that possible? Like, the universe was even on my side. The Zucchini that we'll never get to play. And so that should be it. Or we still got one more. Solar. Save the worst for last that I just shit all over Solar Flare. Holy shit, dude, I have so much fucking dust. Yeah, that's what people mean when they say, oh, you should get the event card just from playing the game a lot, because that's what happened this month. I got at least like 2 or 3. I think I got probably all of them because I played so much this month that I got them from simply playing. I thought you would have to do like the event, like play in the event mode. I didn't know you could just get so much of it, just enough to, like I got the Scaredy Cat and a couple other ones just from simply playing the game so much, so you would never have to waste your jump on it. But I obviously didn't play that much at that point, so I didn't really care. So yeah, this is quite the painful experience, and we're gonna do all this just only to not even use any of this. So Briar Road. Wait, now why is that 4,000? I don't even get it. Like, wait, what? This is 1,000. Why is that 4? Is that a bug? You mess with the rose, you get the thorns. Galactic Legendary, Premium Legendary. Why should that make it that much of a difference? You're getting a full refund. Like, did they change the card? Like, they nerfed the card, so they're giving you like a full value refund in case you're mad about that or something? Alright, so I think that's pretty much every card there. I guess what you could do to truly delete your collection is like now recraft something, and then yeah, I should almost do that to show you like what I mean. Do that just to get it to 0, just to show you like I'm obviously not gonna use this or, you know, benefit from it. I'll have 0. Wait, where did it go? Right, you can do this. Now recycle them, then do it again, then recycle them. or it won't do it. It won't do it unless you go in and out of it. Let the zucchini single-handedly wait. What is happening? Okay, you go here, you don't want to undo it. That's a good way to do it, basically. So that officially sort of ends my existence in terms of right, that ends my existence because now I don't even get the benefit of anything. Right, I did all that and I have 1900. That makes it feel more punishing, whereas before it felt like, oh, this is almost a good thing that I get to. Yeah, I didn't like the zombies as much. They have some kind of weird mechanics at times that are just not really to my preference. You get the crazy cat lady over here. I'll do kind of the same thing there too. Some of these it sort of forces you to do non-consensually, so even if I had done that earlier in the playthrough, I don't think it was anything that really benefited me. It would just be extra copies of stuff that I already had. And so yeah, it's a little disappointing, but I'm still happy with the playthrough. It was a good game. It was fun. I played it a bit longer than I would have thought. Now when it comes to other card games, I'll do that like after. I guess I'll discuss some of what I'm planning to do, but I'm gonna leave it very freeform and open-ended because I'm kind of a little, maybe because of how badly this ended off, or because whatever, I just kind of want a more free-form schedule. So for like the last couple years, or like year and a half at least before this month, I had done it where every day I had a fixed category I was doing. Like Monday would be Magic, and Tuesday would be chess, and Wednesday would be you know, something else like a multiplayer permadeath thing like Smite. Now Thursday would be something like Arc, or now whatever. It was like a fixed plan category. So now even if you look at my schedule list on Twitch, right, what do I put? I put Monday through Sunday. Like every day I write it out and I put stream, but I don't put what category because now I don't have a category, right? I'll do whatever I want. So either if I want to fixate and focus on one schedule, right, if I want to fixate on one thing, like a challenge like this, I can do it. I like the ability of doing that. I could do the same thing every single day, or if I feel like doing something different every single day, something totally random, I could do that too. So I want to have that freedom for now that I always typically would have in the past. The issue is when I do things for such a short period of time, it becomes a problem there too. So let me consider the fact that, I mean, this is sort of painful to even watch, but most of these cards I don't even care too much about. The two that really hurt is Badman Rising and Dark Matter Dragonfruit. Those are like two of my favorite cards, and two cards that were such a big deal to get. Even Badman Rising you might not think is that big of a deal, but no, I would have loved to have gotten Taco rank as an honorable mention even, and I just couldn't do it. So of course I go into the challenge thinking to myself that, you know, oh, this is a casual mobile exclusive card game for kids, and of course I'm going to easily be able to get to rank 50. That's no big deal at all. Like, who do you think I am? I'm so storied in card games. If I can Yu-Gi-Oh veteran, Hearthstone veteran, whatever you want to say. Like, of course, it's not going to be a big deal at all. And I go from that. This is like a Lord forgive me moment. I should make like an edit of it, of myself saying that. And then, you know, showing myself disenchanting the collection. Like, I've made to eat my words. Like, oh, of course, this will be an easy challenge. This will be a joke. Everybody who plays this game is a little kid and they suck and blah, blah, blah. Like, or I'm able to take advantage of the matchmaking system. That was the one thing that gave me the most confidence that I could do it, that I could be ranked 40 and I'm playing ranked 10s and I can just farm them, and it's so favorable for me. So yeah, what I'm going to be able to do, that I guess that's what this card literally represents what we did right this last season. That was my final mission in the game, and I guess I'm not coming back. Teaching kids about suicide bombing with this card. Like, what the fuck is this, dude? What happened? Base Ninja. But no, it was a pretty fun, kind of good, diverse collection that we ended up with. And it's very dynamic and organic in the sense that it sort of, it was very, you know, organic. Not just because it has to do with plants, haha. But, you know, whatever I got, I just had to make the most of what I had, so This whole game was an extended draft basically, where I just had to deal with whatever came our way, and it was pretty good, honestly. Like, I can't say my collection was bad. I just think it lacked. When did I get any of this? I'm so confused. I never had this card. What the fuck? I'm so confused. I couldn't have gotten it just from the pack that I got, because I even saw that we got like the zucchini. I mean, it doesn't matter now, but I'm very confused. These were all things that I didn't have, like even the chick. Maybe it's somehow a weird reward for getting to such a high rank, like rank 39. They just start handing out shit to you, but yeah, all this dust is gonna go down the drain too. Yeah, the other card games I want to take a look at is Duelist 2, which I played once, but that'd be fun to check out. I could check out that Bloons game apparently that somebody was telling me about. They're making a Bloons card game. And then I wanted to play Disney Lorcana digital version, but I don't know if there is such a thing. So I could do other card games too. I'm going to leave it sort of open-ended though, because the two main series that I want to keep going in some form that I had ongoing that I sort of wanted to finish is I want to finish the Smite series, even if I don't do the overtime session where like I buy the heroes. I'll just do all the ones on the free rotation and until I lose. And then I want to play Magic the Gathering on a regular basis. I even said I want to do a finale series for that, kind of like what we did for this, where like I have 1 month to get to Mythic, and if I don't, I have to delete my account there. But the problem with that is that the problem with that is the simple fact that if I do that, I like this ability to scroll through actually, so I don't have to keep monotonously going out. The problem that we run into is that I'm not really in the mood to do it immediately after this, right? This was sort of so exhaustive. I don't want to go into like, oh, starting tomorrow, we're going to play Magic the Gathering every single day and then try to get to rank 50. Like, I don't want to do that right now, but I also want to keep up with my collection. So I'll try to play that one on a regular basis at least, but I'm going to keep it relatively open-ended where I can just play whatever I want whenever I want and just, you know, kind of take it easy a little bit. It could still be hardcore challenges, but there's too many different series I could do and that I want to do, especially with that Saturday format, like what it opens up. Like, this is what I mean. We opened up the possibility to make a series out of this by playing it on one Saturday, one fateful Saturday last year, right? Early last year, like maybe in May or something. And then it took me a couple months maybe before maybe not even months, but it took me a while before I actually made a series out of it. But then I didn't realize it would actually last this long. I like that Zombat Stomp, but it's so shitty compared to, I guess that's literally it. So we show like only the starting cards or what we have left. What was that? I saw like something gold. Wait, what? I've never seen that before in the whole history of the game. I didn't even know it did that. What the fuck? And why should the walnut be representative here? It should be something to do with the zombie. I always say that the zombies get poor representation in the ladder here with the ranks, like too few cards. Yeah, no shit. Like this is a plant, this is a zombie, this is a plant. So there's two problems with this ranking system. First of all, some of these are stupid. Like Dark Matter Dragonfruit being ranked 50 is appropriate. This one being ranked 40 is appropriate. But this one being ranked 30, this is just a shitty 3-mana 2/3, right? That's not very good. That should be like ranked 7, right? So this should be something more substantial. This one is also just a shitty Bullseye 1/2 Amphibious. That shouldn't be all the way at rank 20, right? So it kind of scales down a little too much. The Sunflower is okay, but yeah, zombies don't get enough representation. There's only one of them in there. So let's go ahead and toss away the rest of my materials here, where I can just make some stupid legendary here, whatever I want. You can craft event cards too, which is a little weird, but what is the legendary here? Mondo Bronto guy. You just have to click off of it because then you get to you got to click off, and the reason why you do is because you get to Holy shit, this is kind of annoying. You have to keep going back up. Okay, so we can make like one legendary here. I want to get it to actually 0. Let's turn this into like a mathematical puzzle. Now you do that, then you can do it again. Then what would I have to do to get it exactly to 0? It'll require some much lower cost things like that's the legendary. You do that, then you get a little bit of refund back for it. Or that's weird. You can't craft more than 4, but you can have more than 4 if you get it some other kind of way. So now let's go into the little goat thing. Or I don't know why that's even good. Like, let's go to some other rarity. Like, how much is this? 1,000. We need something of like a moderate rarity so it can be like, come on, something in between, bro. Okay, that's fine. 250. Now let's get it to an actual proper 0 just because I can. 1,000 super rare, 1,000 event card, 1,000, fuck me. Keep doing these, I guess. We have 60 left. It's gonna be like somehow mathematically impossible to get it to a perfect 0, right? Like with this 10 value, it's just not even gonna let me do it. Fucking actually 10. But now we have to get rid of these two. This is harder than solving a Rubik's Cube over here. Alright, get rid of those. What is it that would cost less than 40 to make? I feel like there is nothing, maybe. That might be about as low as we can get it. And again, we even had a little bit to start, or like at the end of the playthrough, I had some of this resource, but I had never used it. So I guess I got it just from extra cards that I accidentally disenchanted, or sometimes it would just give it to you from a pack or something. I don't know. Yeah, whatever. We have 40 dust. I don't think there's a way to actually get rid of the rest of it. Nothing costs less than 50, so yeah, we have a base starting collection. I don't know where I got her. I don't know where I got the one legendary, but it doesn't matter. It's all gone. So it's too bad because who else would be expected to be a high rank? I'm guessing he didn't get to rank 50. So nobody got to rank. Wait, what happened to the other guy? Maybe he unfriended me. Wasn't there somebody else who was like a super high rank that would be yeah, that one guy, I forget his name. He was like taco rank 48, 49. But no, this dude's a real try hard, but in a good way. Yeah, the game is over. Maybe I should do the campaign to try to. I never really did mess around with those. I never messed around with these too much. Mayflower. Okay, so there's not. Is that because the Columbus Day was recent, or is there some other meaning behind it? Sometimes the times that they choose for some of these are stupid. Like, you know, Bad Moon Rising was like in July or August. Like, why? What does that have to do with anything? I almost would associate that with as being a Halloween themed event card. So this is the last time we're gonna see this game, maybe ever. Last time we could see this art. I'm still gonna be uploading the series for a while. I won't spoil it on YouTube for people who watch that, but no, I'm very grateful for the community of this game. Certainly the YouTube series has been done very well. It's a very passionate fan base, like I said, for a game that I wouldn't expect to have it, just because it's been around for a long time, 8 years. It hasn't had much support. It's got a good, you know, aesthetic to it. Somehow the presentation I do find actually addictive in some sort of like almost ADHD little kid sense. But, you know, even that applies to me. Like, it's fun because it's like, it's just satisfying. The sound design, the visuals on the board, you know, the way the minions look, that they're tactile and actually out there as proper character models instead of just appearing as cards, which, again, more digital card games should do that. The music, everything about it just feels very satisfying in that way. So from a presentation standpoint, it's very good. From a content standpoint, it's lacking, obviously, but it's the kind of thing that when you're a filthy casual like I am at this stage in my life, at least, when I don't have as much time, it's the sort of thing that is actually fine because, yes, I can say, oh, it doesn't have that many cards, but even for what it had, it was still pretty fun because I didn't play it that much, or, you know what I mean? Like, you don't need 10,000 cards like Magic when you only play this much, and I still barely scratched the surface. Or I probably got like half the cards in the game, right? The way you looked at it, like every class, I had like, you know, as many cards I had as what I didn't have for that section. So, you know, what was funny too is even in a year of playing like that, I didn't have a single strategy deck between my collection, like enough cards to make a single strategy deck. So that's how you know my whole collection was really so good. So let me just think about what I want to do here. I kind of want to go over some things that maybe I could do in the future, like what my plans are, what categories and stuff I'm thinking of. But yeah, this was quite the doozy of a series. It certainly made it more epic and exciting with all the, you know, this final format. That's why I thought it would be a good finale for the series regardless. Even if I succeeded, I would take a break, but I could at least feel triumphant, and it would have been a coronation instead of now a carnation, funeral carnation for the eulogy of my series, right? To bury it in the soil. Very fitting and appropriate for this kind of subject matter. But yeah, instead of a coronation, we get a funeral carnation. That could have been my title. So let's go ahead and look over some of the series or some of the formats that we can do. We won't see this overlay again either. Rip in peace. So now we have Ellie loses. I always made that joke, like, oh, why did the zombies want our house so badly in the actual original PVZ? It's because like somebody's living in the house that's like our daughter who has like the cure for the zombie virus, and it's like Ellie, and we're fucking playing as Joel, and we're alternate Last of Us universe, or like Children of Men. So you have the ability to, next hard mode series officially is supposed to be the 1,000-Year Door. My next story game is supposed to be Wolf Among Us. This is like based on my 2 polls that have been around for a long time. So those 2 are pretty much decided. Doesn't mean I'll do them anytime soon though still, but at some point I should do that. I could do permadeaths of just like random, new games or first playthroughs that I always do just with anything. I could continue countless series. Other chess is always available, Magic is available, Smite I should try to finish and continue those series. This is the longest I've gone without playing chess since I pretty much came back, or since I started playing it regularly, like at the beginning of 2022. So what else do we have? Like other card games, like again Lorcana, maybe the balloons one I'll check out unironically. We have the ability to check out what was the other one? Duelist 2. I've continuing talked about wanting to give a full sort of playthrough. What else do we have? Games that I'm afraid are going to go offline, like delisted games, potential just stuff. PVZ 2, unfortunately, I'm afraid of happening. What else? Like multiplayer permanent stuff. I could do League at some point. What else? NBA 2K, like all the team gauntlet type stuff. What else do we have? And the thing I haven't done in a while, or at least regularly enough, is like single player games that are just just to do a first playthrough permanent of a single player game, but like do it fully, where I won't just do like one part of it. Path of Exile seems like one that I almost should continue or do, but I love the community for that game. It's so fucking fake elitist, almost, I call it. Like they're trying to act like all superior to somebody who's playing the game for the first time. Like, you're really, dude, like I don't even care when I'm playing a game for the first time. I'm not trying to prove anything with it. So what other formats do we have here? I could react to stuff, which I almost never do that. Yeah, we could do just chatting categories. That's the one format that I got a sort of taste of what we're gonna maybe do in the future here. Was like my Wednesday format. I was doing like whatever Wednesday, where I would just play random games, whatever I felt like. So I did like Genshin Impact one day, just fuck it, let's just try it. Or I did all kinds of weird random stuff, including actually just chatting as a category. So yeah, I don't even know what I'm gonna do tomorrow. Or what I could do is almost like a random generator, like roll the dice type of template format. Like hypothetically, like let me show what that would look like. That's kind of a fun idea actually, or that's almost something I did as a kid at one point. Like I said, like I can't decide what to play or something, so I'm gonna put like a bunch of little pieces of paper in a jar that all have different names of games, and then I'll randomly pull one out, and that'll determine what I play. Like it's kind of a fun thing. So random list, kind of like choose one, pick a random item from a list. Let's try this. So we just do it from each of the games that we name there, basically. Right, so we'll do 1,000-year door. Enter names, numbers in the field below, each on a separate line. 1,000-year door, Wolf Among Us. We could do Path of Exile just because I mentioned that. PoE. Fucking Adventure Quest. I could list every single game that I've done on a Saturday that I could therefore continue, because that just opens the door for something else. We could just put like a new game. We got Chess, Magic the Gathering, Smite, Lorcana, Balloons. I'm not necessarily going to even honor this. Like I'll still Duelist 2, Destiny 2, PvZ 2. There was a third one that I had mentioned being afraid of, like going offline or changing in its state to the point where, you know, you should play them at some point, but I don't know, like even Luigi's Mansion 2. This seems like something I would want to play. The Last of Us 2, but I would want to do sort of like the unlock condition of doing grounded permadeath, or even like all the unfinished series that I've done. League, NBA 2K for whatever reason. So yeah, let's see if we have what is he gonna choose here? The winner is new, which just means like a new game that like just came out or something I haven't played recent that I could just do a first playthrough permadeath of, which I guess if I was a big streamer, that would be the sort of bait content thing that you would appeal to. Like play every new game right when it comes out and do a first playthrough permadeath and try to be a world first, you know, thing. Although you'd probably lose out to somebody who's like, no, I guess it wouldn't lose out to, like you'd lose out to a world first speedrunner, but you wouldn't because they would die. I'm saying I would play it for the first time right when it comes out, and I wouldn't die a single time, and I would just beat the game. But I wouldn't want to do that either because I like to take my time and be a completionist, and I'd want to be the first then 100% completion at, you know, 100% run and also permadeath at the same time, but then I don't want to rush it, so it has all kind of dynamics that don't exactly work out. But no, that's what you would almost do in my position if I was a bigger streamer or a full-time streamer, that I would do that. Like something comes out and I do a first playthrough permadeath, and I'm the first person in the world to beat it without dying in one shot especially, and that would be kind of, I don't know, conducive to viewership, at least in a way that I don't really typically care about. But I guess I could do something here. I mean, I almost have a craving to play chess just because I haven't done it in a while. But what other categories could I do that's like something I don't typically do? I should react to some trials and stuff like I used to try to analyze. Clowning JCS because he's like, he'll do analysis of like criminal cases and stuff, but he'll like let an interrogation clip play for like 20 minutes, and then he'll say like one sentence: the suspect itched their nose, that means they're guilty. Then he'll play it again for another 20 minutes. Then, oh look, they're making eye contact, that means they're guilty. Then another 20-minute clip. Like that's literally all he would fucking do, and he gets like millions and millions of views. Like I don't know, it doesn't really feel all that worthy of it. So what else can we do? I can't even think. I didn't really want to do anything here. I guess we just sort of celebrate, or don't really celebrate. We mourn the loss of my collection there and the failure of the challenge, and you know, maybe I can look at some PvZ creator. let's just since we've never really done that, since I I want to play the game mostly blind, so let's see what these people actually do. um I'll just look at Fry 'em Up or somebody, because I'm just curious, like, how do people stay engaged with the game after this long when they've probably been there, done that, and whatever. Look at that. I look up PvZ heroes as a category, right? Nobody's name, nothing. Just by looking this up, you get Fry 'em Up first. Like, I didn't look up Fry 'em Up. I looked up PvZ hero. Thank you very much. I looked up the category. Like, what do you mean? Like, I get that he's the biggest one, but the Zooist Cannon Zombies. You don't mess with me or my friends, free people. PvZ heroes wannabe troll. Sounds like me. So he shows the deck list there, which is actually cheating, because if you're looking at it, that's technically, look at him, 99,000. I'm sure he spends money on it too. Or I don't really want to show, steal his content, but just more to see like what exactly is he doing. He's making like sort of troll fun decks, or probably gimmick decks. Troll score 90. Now wait, how did he go from that to truly a deck of all time? But no, he's extremely popular. 65,000 followers. Like, bro makes a living playing a children's mobile card game. Like, I can't. And actually, wait, how does he do his visual setup? No, I guess the visual setup's the same. Like, don't you love it when your deck list is actually bigger than the fucking game itself? Isn't that the sign of a well-designed, well-presented game? Look at this. His screen here is bigger than the actual game that he's playing, between his face cam and his deck list. Like, what the fuck? How do you even do this? That's so good. I mean, I guess it's just probably a screenshot, but even that screenshot is bigger than it would appear in the game, so he's like stretched it out. But no, generally the visual aspect is pretty much the same. Who else does this? Like PvZ Tryhard, I feel like, or maybe I saw him more for I don't know. If you just look here, look at like the most viewed. Views high to low. So Fry 'em Up, Fry 'em Up, Fry 'em Up. This doesn't seem like his PvZ heroes even. Maybe he just plays it in part. But this is a different country, obviously, not unlike how it's so popular in China. Even mine are up there. Wow, that shows you I've made it. You got two big creators here. This guy doesn't even seem like he's known for the game. He's just a big streamer who happened to play it briefly there at various points. But literally, it's Fry 'em Up and then me. Look at it, dude. 57 views, 33 views. This is one of my longest streams that I've done in a while. Like, look, dude, I can talk shit all I want, but then I'm made to have to face it directly. Like, I literally failed a challenge. This is a guy who has a storied history with card games, lifelong card gamer, hardcore gamer, loses to a literal children's mobile exclusive card game, and I have to be embarrassed and delete my collection and just accept it, because there's nothing I can say, dude. I'm just absolutely embarrassed. And I'm trying to think of some other category like I could do here, just to show like a just chatting element, like where I react to something or I do something other than even playing a game. Like, how did I used to do that? I would do it from time to time, but I would maybe sometimes do it in the background of actually playing a game. But no, I have a lot of good options, and I'm gonna sort of do it in just sort of a fun, laid back way where whatever I feel like. So even like playing chess has kind of pissed me off at times. Like, I got to 1700 using my pink flamingo strategy, or I could almost react to my own videos and sort of just, or I could even play them. I could just play my own videos and you wouldn't know the difference. You might think I'm doing it right then live, and it's not like my chat is so super active that you would know the difference in terms of like, oh, somebody's expecting some live interaction and that's how they know that I'm not actually doing it. But like how you can replay your own old broadcast or something, like a video, so I could just play it 24/7 and just keep playing different YouTube videos on loop. And it would be a legitimate thing to do, actually, because like probably nobody's seen some of these, so I could play whenever I'm not streaming. I could just play one of my videos from YouTube on my stream, and it would be constitute like a full episode. Like, oh, play some series, like Paper Mario hard mode and you can watch the whole thing, and I'll just play it a marathon. Like, it's actually not a bad thing to do. I don't know if they actually let you do that just directly from YouTube, but yeah, it's the assumption that nobody's seen that stuff anyway. So like, you're not really, oh, I'm reusing content, but it's content that nobody knows about or nobody's ever watched before, so they wouldn't know the difference. Yeah, I can't think of anything I really feel like doing right now. But I almost want to react to something, but I don't know what to react to. Like, what do all the big channels do with this? When it used to be considered like an ironic form of content, now people do it like for real. I could go on Twitter and react to stuff to do with the election or something. But no, like, what else do I have to say about PvZ Heroes? Like, let me look up something on the wiki, maybe. I just want like some sort of closure on it. Let's read something about it. Plants vs. Zombies Hero, digital collectible card game. Full list with image of balance update patch. Okay, that was the one that people were talking about. People get so excited about that, like almost like it's a new expansion or a new, wow. It's just the balance update, but it's the only news you hear on the game, so you get excited about it. 6th installment of the PvZ franchise. March 2016 underwent a soft launch in some countries. Yeah, it was always in a soft launch because it never really got full support that you could appreciate. I wonder what the activity on the Reddit is all about. We're not getting an update day 1 million, and we still aren't getting one. PvZ Heroes, oh, here we go. This is the Hawk 2 thing that I made fun of. Bro, even PvZ Hero streamers are chasing clout from the Hawk 2 girl. The lawn of a new battle. Best of App Store 2016, but it's too bad what's happened since then. It really would have been impressive and exciting when it first came out. Like, this has so much potential. Maybe they'll make a PC version of it. That would really make it take off. Makers of yeah, no shit. From the makers of Plants vs. Zombies, another Plants vs. Zombies game. Why would you expect it to not be from the makers of Plants vs. Zombies? Oh, the visual looks here completely different, though. Is that how it looks like if you actually play on phone, or maybe that's how it originally looked and they never bothered to update the image? That actually looks kind of cooler a little bit than the version I was playing. Let me actually see, like, the PvZ series. Like, what was the other fucking 6 entries, though? Like, let's look at the whole timeline chronology of the game. How could it be the 6th entry? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't get it. What is Adventures? That's for Zombies Great Wall Edition. What the fuck am I looking at? Reskinned. What? It's just for China, I guess. China ruins everything. And then what is this? This is some other game. Plants vs. Zombies Adventures. It's probably going to be something that's not playable anymore. Was a PvZ-based game that's available on Facebook. Is there like some sort of private server that I can kind of go and live through? You can't play it since servers are closed. Forever lost. Literally a Flash game. Nobody took the time to dump the Flash game files. It'll probably be lost. Did you be able to use the Wayback Machine, which I heard that got hacked the other day. The servers are shut down, but you could host your own server, like a private server. Not that I'm encouraging that, but like, it's annoying when things like that are lost to time. There's not even a Wikipedia page for it. Garden Warfare. I never played Garden Warfare 1, nor did I play Wait, how is Battle for Neighborville that new? People are acting like this is older than Garden Warfare 2, and it's dead. PvZ 3, which I've heard only very little about, and I wouldn't want to play that. I'd want to play PvZ 2. But no, how the fuck is this new? That makes no sense. So this should have taken over. This is like Garden Warfare 3, basically, but that name is so fucking good, too. Like, clowning on Modern Warfare, obviously. I didn't read, like, necessarily all the flavor text, either. The most heroic quality is his hairstyle. The smash enjoy smashing. He believes in good things, come in small packages and in threes. He reminds me in a weird way of Mimiron, who's like the originator of the gnomes in the Warcraft universe, because like he's all tech savvy and stuff. So it seems like he basically made the gnome race in his image, if you will, to do work for him in like these stone form, and then they break out of it and get the curse of flesh. That's kind of what this guy's like. He makes clones of himself to do all his work for him in this like lesser form. Rust bolt. He enjoys keeping his bolts tight and his screws loose. That's actually a good line. They say that Disco's dead, but he's down with the dead. Loves ice cream, snowstorms, and brain. Not a story in that order. His countless years of research revealed that E equals MC crazy. Yes, she's a zombie and a witch. He believes death is too short to limit oneself. Once watched giant mecha anime for 12 hours straight, haven't we all? She is the very first zombie to fight in a tank. That could have a double meaning, like a tank as in, you know. You could have kind of phrased that better. Like there's a good joke in there somewhere, but she brings her tank to the battlefield or whatever, but not the kind of tank you're thinking of. I don't know if that's even what they're getting at. Go on, tell him he's actually quite small. See what happens. You're not going to like it. But yeah, I don't know what I'm even looking for here, really. You thought Huge-Gigantacus worked alone. Like, this is pretty active. Look how active this community is, bro. Like, why? Why is this community so passionate? Give me more power, I'm invincible. Why does some of the UI look so different? Like, what? I can't see the top parts of the... Well, what is this? What am I looking at? It must just look a little different when you're actually playing it on a phone, but... Yeah, the force fields. I mean, the force field could apply to so many things too. But I get the interaction, like it'll absorb that. And so you will be invincible, but it's not that you couldn't just use removal on it, or it's not that you couldn't just play an environment over that. So like, it's not as, you know, amazing as it seems, but it took a lot of work to get there. Eureka is a valid win condition. I mean, that's a very specific scenario that you're in. EA bad now, give you gold, you fucks. What? Build a deck season 1 super reigns. Day 3 of editing this walnut recording. Or yeah, there's like all these mods and stuff for the game that I would probably have desired to try, but I don't really do that. I must resist the urge to be annoying. When the fun Pinecone Molekale Solar Flare deck keeps on losing against Rust Bolts. GK Guardian package. This guy uninstalled the game and never played it again. Literally me. That's literally me. Like, who was the last person I lost to that I could attribute, like, oh, that guy ended my run? I guess I could do that. Let me react to, like, the last game I've ever played in PvZ Heroes. But the reasoning behind it, too, is the fact that it wasn't really that guy's fault because I lost every game ever. No, but it doesn't even count because I won that game. That's what's so stupid about it. I literally won the last game I played. Let's just watch it anyway. Because I was in a rush because the season was ending as I was doing it, and then it kicked me out. Like, I lost as a smash, but then I played... I think I won, like, 2 games in a row. Or it wouldn't let me... Giving me, like, a proper feedback for the season. I'm trying... We'll hit him for 2, get him to 1. So we beat this clown guy here. And this is the final game that we played. Did it? Let's see if it ended in like some epic way. Charge Lord, the meme lord, delivers the final hit of the run. But yeah, my 2 favorite cards, or 1 for each side, was like the disco nut, as I'll call it. That's no moon. It's that's no bad moon rising. It's a mirror nut. It's disco nut. But what was the other one for zombies? Who did I say is my favorite? Like the deep sea gargantuar, believe it or not, just because I love his value and statting. Right, it doesn't mean that they're the best cards, but they're just things that I like. Normal fucking value that you see. You're presenting lethal in multiple ways. You take that away, but it's still not. But yeah, I failed to even get to rank 40. I couldn't even have a taco as a consolation prize, like battle for the bronze. I really am mad about that. I can accept that I failed the challenge, but I mean, you can't even let me have that. Even though the block meter that'll tell you. I don't have any special attraction to We subvert the block meter though. I don't have any special attraction to Storage Lord, but I guess that's fitting that the meme lord delivers the final thing of the run. So now, yeah, it wouldn't let me queue up now though. It bugs out.
Keep going just in case it bugs out.
Yeah, I thought I could keep going and keep playing, but
what's gonna happen?
There's so many good clips of this I could actually make. There was one really epic game that I forgot exactly what episode it was part of. It was part of this month, but it was like, I thought I had a 0% chance of winning, and then I didn't realize that their own little thing would kill them. It was the little cactus that deals 1 damage, and the 1 damage is bullseye. Or it was mine, I think, but... So, like, I had no chance of possibly winning. They have a full board of really strong things. I have nothing in my hand, nothing on the field. But because of that... And they have the block meter, too. They have 1 HP, but they have the block meter about to trigger, like 1 take away. So anything I would have done to them that I couldn't even do to them was going to trigger the block meter. But then I have the little cactus with the bullseye, and they have no choice but to kill it as they're auto-attacking in. And so now they hit that and they die to the 1 damage. So I didn't even realize I was going to win that, right? I'm winning by pure accident, but it was a very epic moment among many epic moments that this game has. Like, I like the simplicity of it, not even like, oh, because I'm a filthy casual moron sort of thing. But the reason why I actually like that is because it's sort of the classic state of a game. See, it's like with other card games, you'd say, if you play Hearthstone right now, I'd be like, oh, you want to wish you could go back and play the game in its original state. Like, they did have the classic mode for a while, but a lot of the time that's what people ask for. Like with Magic the Gathering, I always want that. I don't want to play the current version of Magic because I never played it in the first place. So I want to play the original version. But with this game, there's no real loss there because it's like, you are playing the original version of the game because it never really fucking changed. It's, you know, yes, there were a couple expansions, but there's so few cards in the game that this is in a very pure vanilla state. So you sometimes get that utopian vibe. Like, you want to go back and play the original version so you're not missing out. You can just do it. There might be mods or something that let you play it in even more of a pure state, but yeah, I don't know. There's nothing else really to say. It's a good game. And nobody... Wait, what? Oh, no, because I'm streaming and just chatting for once here. Yeah, Fry 'em Up is the big one. Who is the other big one? I guess that's it. I love it. Look how I dominate the category, too. Right, like, how many of these videos are mine? 1, 2... Or these are what? All videos. Past broadcast, like... I love it. You can be the bottom feeder clown. I can dominate a category that nobody else plays. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would never happen with me, bro. In any other category. Because, you know, they'd all be inundated with other people. It really surprised me. Like, I didn't go into it expecting that in terms of the popularity. I go into it, I'm even making fun of it the first time I play it. Like, you know, oh, this is the first category I've done in a long time or ever that has like 0 people, 0 viewers, and 0 streamers. Like, I'm going into this dead category, but then it kind of feeds into itself. Like, but then I'm getting more viewers than I do in normal other categories. But that's why, because people are sort of starved for content with it, and they're followers of the category. So like, wow, somebody's actually playing this game for once. What a, you know, moment to celebrate, and we're so excited about it. Like, okay, see you tomorrow.